Let's go. Bro, KO, bam. It's your boy, Hunter Lu. You already know. Nastiest elbows in the game. Best co-host on the planet. Man, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. First of all, I just want to say everyone, on the Discord and, from the MFL, everyone really showing Dana Dee and I support, love, your concern. It's all been great. I really just want to mention that first and foremost because, without you guys, him and I have said it from the beginning, without you guys, we are nothing. So I want you guys to know the support is truly and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate it. Having that said, it is a new day and I am super pumped to be here in front of the camera, back, for you guys. Before we get started, I just need one favor from all of you. Grab a drink, grab a snack, get whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the video, lay back, and have a good time. Because today, we're going to be breaking down UFC Fight Night Vegas 96. I'm sure you've seen this before. You've seen other people do this. But I believe with this, I'm going to be able to provide not only our supporters, but all MMA fans. I want to give them a deeper insight on fighters they might not know, fighters they should look out for, etc. Because obviously, we're not all watching cards through and through, but I personally do. So that's what I'm here for today. So yeah, I just want to say real quick that this is something that I'm looking to be doing after every fight card, every Saturday. The Contender Series is on tonight. I'm not too sure if I want to be doing breakdowns on the Contender Series as yet. Obviously, if that's something you guys are interested in, I have no problem with doing that. So let's get right into it.
Evenly matched are these two men.
Starting off action, we had Kong Wan in her debut take on Victoria Leonardo. Kong Wan, an undefeated prospect, very hyped up. She had defeated Valentina Shevchenko. Phenomenal knockout. Now she's 6-0, and I can't wait to see what's next. Very good win in the first round as well. Right after that, we had more women's action between Jacqueline Cavalcante and Josiane Nunes. Josiane Nunes was somebody that I was kind of familiar with. I had never seen Cavalcante before, but she got a pretty good win. I know Josiane is kind of a brawler and a kind of a brute, that's looking to just push forward, knock you out. But, I mean, Cavalcante, she's only 26, and she's on a 5-fight win streak. She showed really good footwork, in my opinion. Outstruck her very, very well, I think she definitely won the fight, and another person I'm very excited to see. And right after that, we have the absolute legend, Slava Claus, Vyacheslav Borralho. Yeah, I still haven't figured out that last name. Let's just go with Slava Claus. Vyacheslav versus James Alon-Top. Not too sure how to say that. Sick name, though. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty good fight. I thought, both men went in there and they wanted to get a knockout win. They were looking for a finish, and I respect that. Vyacheslav got the win, but the summary for the fight, in my opinion, is just that Slava Claus will purely just be a fun fighter. I think I look forward to his fights. He's always bleeding, at least either him or his opponent. I mean, I think I always see him bleed in his fights, but he's going to need to show me more at his age to prove to me that he's a top contender. Obviously, he comes from that Team Alpha Male, background. He's got a great mind in Uriah Faber in that corner. So I do like his skill set. However, I just think there's a lot of better guys in that division at lightweight. Yes, at lightweight. There's killers, man. So, but anyway, either way, great dub for Vyacheslav. Moving forward, we had Denis Buzukja versus Francis Marshall. And honestly, when they were making the walkouts, I was actually pretty interested to see what this Dennis guy was all about because I noticed Aljo in his corner. I personally am an Aljo fan, so I was looking forward to seeing the skill set he had. And on the other side, guy and Francis Marshall, he had suffered his first 2 losses of his career, so back to back as well. So I was looking forward to seeing what kind of skill set he brought into the octagon as well. And I think he looked good. In the second round, Dennis got dropped by a huge right hand, and somehow one of the judges still gave him that round. Thank God they didn't rob Francis on this one because no way, and no. See, and I'm actually kind of glad this happened because it's too consistent to where like I personally as a fight fan and someone who looks into fights, I can never understand how one judge could score a fight that one fighter won every single round and another judge can score the opposite of that. But we all know these judges, they have a mind of their own, and that's why you can never make it to the judges. But those are the prelims. Let me talk about this main card. I mean, overall, this fight night card was probably, I was seeing people saying this is one of the best Apex, not only Apex cards, but fight night cards of the year. And I can't help but agree, man. I mean, I love this card. It was a really fun card to watch. I watched it fully through. Some fights I paid more or less attention to, but still, I really enjoyed the card personally. And the first fight in the main card, I mean, if you guys didn't see it, you guys missed an absolute treat. We had Edwin Shabazian, the Golden Boy, taking on GM3 Gerald Meerschaert III. And in that fight, we saw GM3 make history and an absolutely outstanding performance, man. I mean, no reason why he should have survived that flurry from Shabazian. But I think Shabazian's problem was that he was doing good work to the body, and then as soon as he got hurt, he just changed his approach and started headhunting. Now I understand, adrenaline might get to you and stuff like that, but Shabazian is a guy who was highly highly touted, I believe is the word, but highly acknowledged and highly praised for somebody who might be a future champion. And I've got to be honest, man, he's still fairly young, but he still makes these mistakes that question my belief in his future aspirations, if that is being a champion, a world champion, especially in the UFC. For GM3, man, oh my gosh, absolutely legend making performance. He is an absolute killer, and he made history by getting the most finishes in middleweight history, and that was actually a performance of the night. Well deserved, and I wasn't a huge GM3 fan until Saturday night. I mean, when he did that, just cold blooded. On top of the six stash, man, absolute legend. Congratulations to GM3. And then right after that, the action really didn't stop. We had Neil Magny, the gatekeeper, versus probably one of the hottest upcoming prospects that isn't ranked in Michael Morales from Ecuador. And me personally, once I saw Michael Morales on this card, especially facing Magny, we all know Magny's the gatekeeper. He's going to derail any hype train out there. I was very excited because obviously Morales is undefeated. He was 16-0 headed into this fight. And I knew him as a grappler, predominantly, rather. So all I can say is just he passed the test and he aced it. I'd go as far as to say he aced it flawlessly. I mean, Magny stood no chance in there, man. I think that Michael Morales, he definitely can be a champion in the future. That welterweight division, they're just like lightweight. There's no really easy division in the UFC. There's no easy fight in the UFC. And the way Michael Morales beat and dog walked Neil Magny Saturday night, it goes to show that kid's the real deal. And at 25, 26, he definitely has a bright future. So I'm very excited to see him and still undefeated. That was another performance of the night. Congratulations to you, my brother. We move forward. Right after that, we had the back-to-back tough fights. Up first, we had Khan Ofli versus Myron Santos. And I'll just keep it real simple. Just like I felt about, excuse me, Michael Morales, I feel the same exact way about Myron Santos. What a performance. 25 years old. Tough champion. I think he'll be a UFC champion. Give me 2 years. He'll be a UFC champion. 24 years old. Or 25 years old, excuse me. Kid's an absolute savage. The way he went in there and just walked him down. However, I do want to point this out. On Tough, he did miss weight. I can't remember exactly who still accepted the fight. Huge shout out to you, but I do respect how he acknowledged his mistake. And he owned up to it. I do respect that. However, that's something that, may be a cause for concern in the future. But doesn't change the fact that he went out there and absolutely put on a show. Right after that was the middleweight tough finale. And, man, Ryan Loder, I think it's safe to say that he dominated this fight. I was kind of excited to see what Valentin was, going to bring into it. I thought he brought a unique persona to the UFC, so I kind of was rooting for him here. However, Ryan Loder, man, I mean, just dominated. It seemed like there was just no chance for him, Valentine. In the main event, we saw 185ers go at it, so Ryan Loder gonna have to look out for that guy. Tough champion. In my opinion, he's gonna have to improve some things. However, can't discredit what he's done so far, and I think at 30, about 30-ish, early 30s, uh, he's gonna have to do a lot if he wants to be a champion. Congratulations to him. Great job, man. All right, final two fights of the night. In the co-main event, we saw Angela Hill take on
Tabitha Ritchie.
Angela Hill versus Tabitha Ritchie. Honestly, I think Angela Hill got robbed. I think she should have won that fight. However, am I gonna complain that the judges gave the W to Tabitha Ritchie? No. And I love Angela Hill. I know Dana Dee loves Angela Hill. I mean, our supporters have seen what she's done in the universe mode. You know what I mean? So call it for what it's worth, but I mean, who doesn't love some Tabitha Ritchie? If we can see Baby Shark in that octagon, I'm never gonna complain about it. And hey, Callum, brother, I want no smoke. However, Tabitha Ritchie, another win, moving up to the rankings, top 10 for her. Angela Hill, I mean, still hasn't seemed to have lost a step, but just it was the Baby Sharks night. Let's move on to the main event. And the main event of the evening. Whew, let me get a drink real quick. Man, the fight that this card was built around. Jared Cannonier, the number 5 ranked middleweight, taking on the number 11 ranked Caio Borralho. Guys, Caio, after Saturday night, is now on a 14-fight win streak. I mean, talk about a main event. It lived up to every part of the hype. This was a fight that I was actually looking forward to. You know, I thought this was going to be a fight where, you know, it's kind of like a fight where, you know, the young lion is testing, kind of wanting to take over the pride, if you will. So that's kind of how I see it as far as Kyle taking on Jared. You know, Jared being, you know, a cheeky veteran that just never really an easy fight. Tough chin, you know, just a tough guy overall, man. And he showed that Saturday night. I don't know how Jared Cannonier at 40 years old is able to withstand the amount of damage he does and still put out the amount of damage that he does. But man, oh man, my respect for Cannonier, absolute legend in my book. I'll never allow any slander of his to be mentioned around me. Kyle, the natural, Borralho, man, he gained a fan in me Saturday night. 14 fights in a row that he's won. He's 17-1 now, and he's moving to the top 5 after the biggest win of his career, man. And I thought he was a grappler. Hell, he shot 0 takedowns this whole fight. Or excuse me, he shot 1 that got stuffed. But even at that, over the course of 25 minutes, a guy that I thought was a grappler, and he outstruck him. He nearly outstruck him by he outstruck him by 70 shots. You know, so I mean, Kyle Borralho, man, I will say he did take a massive cut over his right eye, I believe it was, but still, man, he persevered in that 5th round. He could have got a finish. I mean, just you could say what you want about that. Cannonier was on the ropes, and I think if Cannonier could have, it was a really close fight. It was a competitive fight. I do think that Borralho was in control for the majority of the fight. There was just that X factor with Cannonier's power and his veteran presence. However, I liked the way Borralho looked in the fight, and I thought I felt confident backing him. But that the X factor of his power definitely made me hesitate to have full confidence in him. However, that 5th round, man, when he came out and he from the southpaw stance, he started unleashing these combos, got Cannonier to, I believe it was a jab or a cross, that got him to like stun, kind of just take a weird step, kind of like a Mavov did to him in his previous fight. Man, and then Cannonier just drops. And I think I actually watched Guru's breakdown. Shout out to MMA Guru, you are the man. And I think I agree with him. He mentioned that Kyle really probably could have just walked off after he knocked down Cannonier, because Cannonier just looked, his head was not there, man. I mean, when I tell you, if I give you and that Cannonier is here like this, and Kyle hits him, and then Cannonier kind of just like, almost like the Shane Burgos versus Edson Barboza, just kind of a delayed knockdown. And I think if he just would have let it happen, walk away, I think the ref probably would have stopped it right there. I gotta agree with Guru. But still, Borralho gets on top, starts unleashing some ground and pound on him, and almost brings Cannonier back to life in a way. Because you would think after the way he fell, seeing him the way he fell, that he's just out of it. But still covering up. Somehow find a way to get back up to his feet and survive the rest of the round. Somehow. At that point, I knew Kyle had won, but man, I mean, what a fight. I had a blast watching it, and it was great. It was great. A lot of respect to Kyle. Like I said, top 5 now. Really excited to see what he's going to do next. And a great fight night overall. These Apex cards quite often get slandered, but I think a lot of people made a name for themselves on that card. So now I just want to give a couple quick shout outs. First of all, shout out to you guys. I mean, I can't express enough the gratitude that I have for your continuous support. And without you guys, I promise you, we are nothing. We would be nothing. So thank you. Thank you guys. Also, shout out to the MFL for their also continuous support. It's never gone unnoticed, and the support that you guys, not only you guys, and I've gotten from the MFL, me personally, has brought me back, man. It's brought me back. I know I've been out for a long time, but yeah, big shout out, big ups to the MFL. They do great work over there. Obviously, Dana Dee, a big contributor to the MFL now, so definitely, if you guys are looking to be a maniac, you want to fight on the league, the link will be in the description. Definitely look out for that. And then you'll be able to join the Discords and do a bunch more there. So definitely, if you think you're the best at UFC 5, prove it. And a huge announcement. I have a very, very, very special announcement. Dana Dee, the one and only, will be starting his own podcast, If These Walls Could Talk. So definitely look out for that as well. That's going to be absolutely amazing. I personally cannot wait for it. I'm looking to be on one of those podcasts definitely sooner than later. And yeah, that's something that you guys are interested in. Definitely look out for that. And of course, make sure you guys follow us on all the socials. Sub to the channel. If you guys like this video, if you guys like the videos like this, if you guys got any other ideas for things you might want to see me do, vlogs, fight companions, anything like that, I'm here for you guys, and I definitely want to pump out as much content as possible because I love the UFC and I love giving you guys an idea of something you might not know. So yeah, I had a blast making this video. Again, if you like videos like this, like it, subscribe, share it, do whatever you got to do. Show some love. And if you didn't like any of my takes, if you think that I'm a little bit crazy for saying what I said about any of these fights, let me know down in the comment section. And hey, not this weekend, but next weekend, we have Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady. So that is another breakdown video that will be coming out probably sometime towards the end of the week, maybe early next week. But also, I will be making a video explaining, a lot of things, just recapping why I went away, why YoBroKO kind of came to a halt from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to let me know anything down in the comments, as I said. And as always, I'll see you at the top.
Evenly matched are these two men.